my knees are about to buckle. Hey, Joey Starr here for Starr Quality Kitchen and another entry into my New York head resident of pizza videos. Good afternoon. I'm in the parking lot of Bocce Club Pizza on Delaware Avenue in Buffalo, New York. Bocce Club Pizza was established in the mid-1940s, 1946 to be precise, when original owner Dino Pacciotti created his own recipe for the food that we love so much. You and I call that pizza. Since then, additional locations were opened up in Amherst, Williamsville, and Clarence Center. Now run by his son, their secret family recipe for sauce, fresh ingredients, and handmade dough has become so popular that they were recently named one of the best pizzas in New York State. So my first surprise to this place is that being that it's a city pizzeria, it's not a traditional store compared to the other places that I reviewed. You walk in, you place your order, there's only 2 tables right there to eat. Of course they were taken because the place is busy. No outside seating because you step outside, you got a parking lot and you got the city. But don't take my word for it, let me show you. Here's the storefront, parking lot's fairly full. Across the street we got the city. You got the city. And of course, that's just a small peek. It's actually been about 3.5 years since I've been to Buffalo, and I'm feeling kind of nostalgic. I love this city. I personally wouldn't want to move here. It's not for me, but I love visiting. So given that we don't have any place to sit, I'm gonna pull out an old classic that I've been threatening to do for close to a year, and that's to have car rooftop dining. So I kept my order simple this time. I got my plain slice, because we all know that's the benchmark, right? And then I was looking at the glass, seeing what they had available, and there was a cheese pepperoni mushroom that really caught my eye. And one of the things that I've been told about Bocce Club Pizza is that if you go there, you must get something with pepperoni, because their pepperoni is one of the things that makes them so popular. And apparently my order wasn't perfect, but I'm going to show you right here. Just kind of give you a nice shot there. So instead of getting a plain slice, the person on the counter gave me a just pepperoni slice. So 1 slice the pepperoni, 1 slice pepperoni and mushroom. And you know what? That's okay. But check out these bad boys. Look at this guy up front here, huh? Look at that. Nice cup shape, crisp on the outside, curling up. I mean, I don't know about you, but you've probably heard me say a couple times, I really love when I have pepperoni on pizza and the pepperoni is cooked enough that it starts to curl. I mean, you don't get more curl than that, baby. And the pepperoni by itself, fantastic. Almost bacon-like, actually. Wow, that's really good. Something else I want you to take notice of too is how large the slices are. Let me check this bad boy out. Here's my face. Here's the slice. Not for nothing, I kind of got a big head, so that's really saying something. Pizza's nice and hot. You can see the cheese is kind of oozing and dripping and stretching. A little bit of grease on top. Not so much that it's drowning, but enough that you can say, hey, that's some greasy pizza, baby. And it just looks so damn good. All right, first bite of the just plain old pepperoni and cheese. I'll tell you what, that bite, it was mostly cheese. Didn't even get any pepperoni. Didn't even get a lot of cheese. Got a bit of the crust, and I'm already impressed. Let's get a really good bite here. I want to get a bite right around here. I want to get some nice cheese and pepperoni together. I'm gonna have to lean up against this brick wall because I don't have somewhere to sit, which is a shame because I think my knees are about to buckle. That bite was freaking-licious. Wow. Okay. I understand the hype already. Woo. Unfortunately, as you can see here, I don't know, the glare is going to allow this, but you see my greasy fingertips? Oh yeah. This would be perfect if there was a Frogger machine here and I wanted to play a couple of games. That right combination of like Mountain Dew and the grease would be the ultimate for making that little guy cross the street. If you know, you know. All I'm going to say is, if I got a high score, I'd put up GLC. First regret of the day, besides that it's hotter than heck when I decided to do this, is that I did not grab any napkins on the way over. Before we move on to the next slice, I'm really curious about this crust because crust is thin, got a little bit of a crunch to it, but soft, you know, very malleable. Check out the back. I mean, you know, there's a distinct like char pattern here, not burnt, just nice little, I don't know, it's an interesting dough. You can definitely tell that it's homemade just by the way it feels, the texture, how soft it is. I want to take a bite with the crust just so we know what we're dealing with here. Listen, the bite with the crust, it's really good, but the front is even better. That's all I'm saying. Not a complaint. I'm just gonna steal a little bit of just pepperoni and cheese by itself. No crust or nothing. Okay. I'll tell you what, that cheese is rather superb. I read on their website that it's whole milk cheese. You can tell it's creamy, it's tasty, bouncy, chewy, not over salty. Yeah, I was just thinking now, going in there, you know, I go in there, I got nowhere to sit, basically take my food and I gotta leave. I essentially got bounced from the club. I was all ready to go in there to be like, but instead it was just like, yeah, Mr. Starr, we're afraid we don't have any room for you. Here's a parting gift. Bye. Now we move on to cheese and mushroom and beautiful cupped pepperoni right here. Nice gooey cheese, very soft here. My mouth is watering just anticipating this bite. Just to let you know, between you and I love mushrooms. Mushrooms are like I'd say my number 4 weakness. Good luck figuring out what the first 3 are if you don't already know. So again, nice chew to the pizza, soft crust, nice cheese, whole milk cheese, nice homemade dough. The flavor is definitely not in question. Pepperoni is excellent. I mean, the pepperoni is still my favorite part of it. But I gotta admit, the mushrooms are good. Sometimes when you order pizza with mushrooms in a pizzeria, the mushrooms are a little bit on the dry side, so they just become this like kind of flaky, dry thing that tastes a little bit like mushrooms. Not here. Just to show you, I'm gonna grab one of these here. All right, this mushroom is moist. It's got a glisten to it. Granted, part of that glisten is probably the grease from the cheese, and that's okay, but it's tender. Taste it by itself. Yeah, definitely didn't come from a can, but not dried out in any way. So nice fit for the flavor profile that Bocce Club has created. I gotta take another bite. That's just really tasty. I get a nice full bite with lots of mushroom with pepperoni here. Damn good. I'm sure there's not gonna be any surprises here. I want to try out that crust. I mean, the crust should basically be the same, but there is an added dimension when you have the mushrooms in there because they're moist. They make the crust a little softer too. So let's just see what that does to how this crust tastes. Believe it or not, that outer crust is a little crunchier on this slice than just a plain with pepperoni slice. So it might have been its position in the oven. You know, maybe it was closer to the edge there, got a little crisper. I mean, I do see, I probably should have showed you this before I took the bite, but you see the char marks are a little darker on this end. So yeah, it's all right. Definitely not a complaint. It's tasty. My thoughts are, is it the best pizza I've ever had? No, not even close. Is it really damn good? Yes, it is. Can I understand why it was chosen as one of the best in New York State? I can see it. I'm not sure that I would necessarily say I think it's one of the best in New York State, but I mean, it definitely deserves some kind of recognition because it's definitely a unique flavor. That sauce is unique. Even the cheese kind of a different taste than I ever tasted before. I mean, it tastes like cheese, but just a little more, a little creamier, a little more wholesome. Something I'm not used to from pizza, from cheese on pizza. So that's my thought about that. Service was kind of, I mean, it's a high school kid running behind there. You know, not to knock high school kids, but not a seasoned server by any means. And it's okay. I didn't get bad service. I just didn't get stellar service, and that's okay. Because you know what? The way this tastes, I would not only stop by again if I'm ever in a neighborhood, I would even recommend it to somebody looking for pizza in downtown Buffalo like I am right now. So, good show, good job. Glad I got into the Bocce Club, even if it was just for a couple minutes to get my slice and boot it out. But I was hoping for a lot more. But it's okay. I still got lots of munch left to go. My recommendation is coming out this way, either come during their low peak hours so that you can get one of the two tables there, or take it to go. Otherwise, be prepared to eat on the hood of your car like I am. Not so bad during the cooler days, but 85 degrees, fully dressed, it's a little bit rough, but it's okay. No regrets here. I'm glad I stopped here. I was in Buffalo for other business. I looked it up and read great reviews about Bocce Club Pizza, and the reviews are not wrong. Thank you so much for watching Starr Quality Kitchen. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and stalk. Laters. You can't go wrong with that mushroom pepperoni. Unless you're allergic to mushrooms, then you're going to go very wrong. But if you like mushrooms and pepperoni, that is the slice to get. It is good.